you, Mataji.
Thank you. Next one.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I ask Mataji?
Yeah, please go ahead. Pick.
Yes, Mataji, we have now all the means, like electronic means we have Shravanam karne ke liye. But sometimes I as an individual feel we are not able to retain what we have heard. Be it our Bhakti Vaibhav classes. What is the solution you can give in such a thing? And secondly, we are advancing in Bhakti. Shravanam se kaise malum padta hai?
Mataji, I have heard one lecture from Devti Raman Prabhu. So he give me, I have asked same these questions. We are associating with the devotee. We have media. We are listening so many things. So he told us, ki, where is we are lacking? Our mananam is very lacking, Mataji. We are listening, everything we are doing, but our consciousness is not there. अंडरस्टूड अगर हम ध्यान से सुनते हैं और उसका मनन करते हैं तो उससे क्या होगा वी कैन सी अवर सेल्फ अवर फॉल्ट एंड slowly what is the barometer for that he told कि अगर आप भक्ति में आपकी प्रगति हो रही है तो उसका स्पेसिफिक बैरोमीटर है कि आपकी मटेरियल डिजायर कम होती जाएगी फर्स्ट वी आर as my personal I have so much hankering for everything but now for preaching also if I get it's okay not getting is also okay because ultimate goal of our bhakti or what we are doing and what we are listening from Shiva, Dhruv Maharaj prayers and Prithu Maharaj prayers, the same thing. That is from hearing Shivji also told. I want कि मुझे आपके श्रवण सुनना है his शिवजी जो है वो इतना सुंदर उनका प्रेयर हमने चित्त का क्लियरिफिकेशन प्यूरिफाई होने के बाद फिर उन्होंने भगवान के एक एक अंक का सुंदर वर्णन किया है एंड सो इफ वी उसको अगर हम मनन करते हैं तो slowly we can develop that consciousness. This is my personal realization. आगे प्रभु जी can help us if anything is there.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you very much for Mataji, Bhakti Gopi Mataji and all the participants. So this is one of the very important topic for all of us, the glories of hearing. And Mataji very nicely explained, taking the reference from Prachetas and Dhruva Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, Lord Shiva, etc. So very concisely and very briefly, very nicely attempting to touch the important points. So everything is very nicely presented. However, here when we are making presentation, because we as an individual, we as a sadhaka, we need to also try to present what exactly our individual learnings. One important point, yes, Mataji was focusing on the Falashruti, taking the help of Falashruti. Okay, by hearing this past time, these are the reference things we get it. So now, here we need to personalize that Falashruti.
Okay.
Not that somebody will get it. So what I have learned, what we have learned, what we can learn. Basically, the first one of the foremost importance of hearing is when we hear about somebody, what are the difficulties they went through, when such difficulties comes, how to tackle with them, and how to imbibe these things, the qualities of the personalities about whom the discussion is going on in our day-to-day life. So by which we can get benefit in our practice of bhakti. So in that way, hearing is key in our day-to-day sadhana. So that is one of the important results. Otherwise, all other points that Mataji told, everything is right. Especially hearing the lives and prayers of devotees leads us toward the love of God. Our inspiration to practice bhakti will increase only when we hear about devotees, when we hear about the mood of the devotees. So these are some important points. Thank you, Mataji. You can remove this. You can unshare. So the second presentation, we request Vadya Krishna Prabhu to start.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Am I audible, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji, you are audible. You can go ahead.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanam Janasalakaya Chakramritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave. Hare Krishna. Request all devotees for your prayers for me. My topic is grateful, gratitude actually, basically. So my flow will go like this. There are four.
Hare
Am I
Krishna.
audible? My voice is clear?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, the gratitude topic is 12th one and it is selected by me.
Is written in 6th, Mataji. Presentation
Your
topic में what are the points you've gotten? We got it.
No problem.
6th.
See, it has, this topic has been
12th
divided
also
into
it
two
is there,
parts.
Mataji. 12th also
Yeah,
it is
same
there.
thing, same thing. Dhruva Maharaj and Narada Muni and Suniti. Basically, this is about Dhruva Maharaj. The other gratitude is about other devotees. You go ahead, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So the flow will go. See, I don't have a presentation, but just I have quickly things. The flow will go like this. In which context they feel that they are grateful to the devotees, and why they are grateful. Two things generally I'm going to discuss actually. So Dhruva Maharaj towards Suniti, first topic. So it happened in 4th canto, 12th chapter, verse number 32. When Dhruva Maharaj was ascending to the Lord's abode, he remembered his mother, General Suniti. And when he's seeing that Suniti was his Sikhya Guru or Patha Pradarsaka Guru, what Prabhupada is mentioned in the purport also. So giving up this place that no one can attend the abode of Lord Vishnu, thinking, so I will go to abode of the Lord and I will leave my unfortunate mother, how it could be. And that context is telling. So Dhruva Maharaj had a feeling of obligation to his mother Suniti, because Suniti is the personality actually to whom he's guided Dhruva Maharaj in a right way. When Dhruva Maharaj, as you know that Dhruva Maharaj is very much disturbed condition. He running towards his mother Suniti, and Suniti made her pacify. Made him pacify actually, we'll discuss. So he's the Patha Pradarsaka Guru or Sikhya Guru also. Of course, Narada Muni is a Diksha Guru, but he's a Patha Pradasaka Guru. And so here Prabhupada is also mentioning the purport that sometimes as a devotee, he thinks that I will take care of my mother also. I should take care of my mother also, because of her only I got everything. So sometimes there may be a question comes that being a devotee, how he could do it able to, because Lord is independent of having blessings to anybody. But Dhruva Maharaj being a devotee, he wanted to give, or he wanted to take his mother along with him. It is not that he think of that I will take her, but because of he is also a great devotee of the Lord, and Lord is fulfilled Dhruva Maharaj's desires. That is the reason immediately when he was in anxiety, what is happening? What is happening to my mother? At that time, immediately, both Nanda and Sunanda, the two assistants, they saying, see, your mother is flying in other airplane actually. So similarly, in other incidents also will find in our Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj also delivered his atheistic father, Hiranyakasipu. Even Prabhupada also writing in the same purport, very interesting point actually. He's writing that even one of my disciples become as strong as Dhruva Maharaj, then he will be able to carry me with him to Vaikuntha Loko. So Prabhupada is a very advanced devotee, pure devotee, still all of his humility is thinking that if one of my disciple become a pure devotee, he can carry me with the Vaikuntha Loko. So in that context, actually, Dhruva Maharaj is thinking that grateful and obligation to his mother. Why he is thinking like this? There is few reasons. When Dhruva Maharaj is coming, after getting insulted by his father, the first statement from Suniti is coming, don't feel ill fortune for others. Don't think ill fortune for others. First statement. So that the moment somebody is in angry mode, he is going to do something wrong things only. He told that if you do wrong things or you think about wrong about others, then what will happen? The pains of others suffers himself from that pain. So don't think wrong about others. Then he specified the second step. He's telling that whatever the Surichi told, all these things are right. All these things are right. Again, he specified. Then is maybe Dhruva Maharaj will ask, is there any case study? Whatever you are telling that, okay, you go and do all these tapasya. So is there any case study? Because as per Surichi told that you go and do austerity to Lord so that he will take birth in my womb. And so is there any case study? So Suniti is telling two examples. He is giving example of his father Manu as well as grandfather Manu as well as great grandfather Brahma is given two. She has given two examples actually. Both the examples, Manu and Brahma, they attained their position. Then why you can't get achieve your position? So better you take the shelter of lordship actually. Whoever is taking, and apart from that, he is telling also, Lord is called Vritya Vachalam. Vritya, who is a very, very dearer to his servants. Servants. Even is telling that Vritya Vachalam indicates that Lord's affection for his servant is more than the affection of millions of mothers put together. So better to take the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even the Lakshmi ji, who holds a lotus in her hand, is sort of many gods, but even so chooses to engage in his service actually. So you also go and follow his footstep and perceive him, definitely will go to. In that way, he redirected his actually determination and passion to in a right direction actually. So that is how Suniti is so much grateful. Dhruva Maharaj is so much grateful to Suniti. Second thing, how he is grateful to Narada Muni. See, Narada Muni consult. Suniti was a Pathapradarsaka Guru. Narada Muni is a spiritual master. And Narada Muni is already Siddha Bhakta. So what he can do, that is the reason in his prayers, he prays that um, let me get the association of the pure devotee. It is not mentioned in the purports, not mentioned in the acharyas, but what I feel that when he is asking for the association, I think that he is asking the association of his great devotee like Narada, because as per my understanding, so far he never met any great saintly personality or great devotee like Narada. He met only the Narada Muni only. So I assuming that definitely that is the only reason he is asking for the association. Then Lord may ask, when you are thinking about the association, then what about the samsara? He's telling that no, right? When I will get the association of the Narada Muni, definitely I will get two things, hearing and chanting. So because bhakti is composed of hearing and chanting, so this will not be sweet, but proper association. So these hearing and chanting, they cannot be performed without proper association. So if I get the opportunity of hearing and chanting, definitely I can get the association, and if, with this I can cross over the this samsara. These are the things. So Nardam, that is the reason he became grateful, or he's showing his gratitude for Narada Muni, his spiritual master actually. And third point, Pruthamaras, towards four Kumaras actually. Pruthamaras, four Kumaras. In that context, is telling that this is coming in the 4.22, verse number 7. King Pruthu spoke, my dear great sages, auspiciousness personified. That means you are the auspiciousness personified. It is very difficult for even the mystic yogi to see you. Just like it is very, very difficult to see the Lord, similarly to very, very difficult to see the Lord's devotees also. So indeed you are very rarely seen. I do not know what kind of pious activity I performed for you to grace me by appearing before me without difficulty. So, though Prutham Maharaj is a very, very advanced listening, Prabhupada writing in his purport, this is a sign of humility on the part of King Pruthu. whose life was so full of pious activity, then even the Lord Vishnu came to see him and predicted that Kumaras would also come. Actually, if you see the pastimes of Prithu Maharaj, when Brahma came to pacify Prithu Maharaj, don't do 100 sacrifice, better you be satisfied with 99, and you will get all auspiciousness. Immediately he agreed with the Brahma's point, actually. Immediately agreed. The moment Prithu Maharaj got satisfied with the Brahma's instruction, immediately Lord also came. Lord came, and the Lord, he himself is telling that very soon we are going to have darshan of four Kumaras also. So in that way, he started with that is the reason he is very much grateful to the this four Kumaras actually. He is telling that what cannot be achieved in this world and next by a person who gains the grace of the Brahmanas, Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu, along with their followers. So, apart from that, also is telling that uh, generally poor but saintly householders whose houses give worthy receptions to devotees with water, grass, earth, husband, and family are fortunate. They should offer at least water if food is not available. So, in that way, is glorifying and is thinking that it is my fortune to have the darshan of this four Kumara, Chatus Kumar actually. Uh, that is how he's feeling grateful actually. And Prabhupada writes in that purport that because of Ajnata Sikriti, of course, Prithu Maharaj is a Satyabhasa avatar, still he is feeling so much humble position and glorifying the Chatus Kumar. And the last point is Prachetas. Prachetas is very interesting
Prabhuji,
actually.
one
Yes,
second,
Prabhu.
one second, one second. Actually, I divide the topic into two parts. First part is only Dhruva Maharaj, second part is Prachetas and Prithu Maharaj. I think you did not notice afterwards, but anyway, you already spoke about two people. That is enough. No need to speak
Okay.
about Prachetas. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Devotees
any
can ask some questions. Okay.
Hare Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Can I ask, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please.
I have also present Dhruv Maharaj presentation, but I have one question. Ki Dhruv Maharaj is just 5 year old. हाँ? And he cultivates so much भले दो रजोगुणी था बट उनके पास बहुत डिटर्मिनेशन था उन्होंने नारद मुनि को भी कहा नहीं अगर आप मुझे शिक्षा दे रहे हो इफ यू आर गिविंग मी वे हाउ टू गो अहेड देन गिव मी अदर्स आई विल स्टॉप डोंट स्टॉप मी फॉर डूइंग my follow my mother instructions. So how we can cultivate that determination in ourself in bhakti? Because hearing everything is okay, we are manan bhi karte hai, but somewhere at some point of time we lose our courage और जो हमारा दृढ़ निश्चय है वो कहीं कहीं weak हो जाता है as difficulties come in our life or in preaching or reading or something. So how we can keep that motivation in our life like Dhruv Maharaj?
Yeah. What is my understanding is when we will know about more about the immediate acharyas or immediate gurus, how they are determined to practice their sadhana, and even Srila Prabhupada's books also again and again, how Srila Prabhupada is determined to his mission fulfilled. So much, even he sent his devotees to London, and they are also very determined. So just to save the please the guru, if somebody is thinking, then the determination level definitely day by day it increase in the association of the devotees. That is my understanding actually. Maybe Pavaneshwar Prabhu can add something. So the devotees who are nearby to us, like Guru and next to Prabhupada, if we are hearing again and again to their determination level, and they will inspire us and will know also. And definitely it will impact in our life. It is not that we are not having a determination level also increasing. Initially, we started with the 1 round, 2 round, 16 rounds. We are doing very easily actually. Now many of us easily getting up at very early morning and engaging and reading the scripture. That means determination level day by day it is increasing. At the same time, it is not that we should be satisfied. Okay, I'm determination level is over, so it is no need to done. But still, we can go ahead actually in next level to next level. That is my understanding.
Thank you,
My
Prabhuji.
answer
Thank
is
you very much.
satisfying you, Mataji, Gayatri Mataji?
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anyone else want to ask questions? Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice presentation about the gratitude towards those who help
Okay,
us
Prabhuji.
in our spiritual practice.
1 minute, I will take more, Prabhuji. Is it okay?
Okay.
Prabhu. 1 minute.
Quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely, my final gratitude is to go to Pavaneshwar Prabhu, and really, he's the way he's helping me for day in and out. Actually, many times, sometimes midnight, I messaged him for some questions, and many times a very odd time, still with a lot of patience, he's giving me answers. So I'm really so much grateful to Pavaneshwar Prabhu, who is constantly guiding me for last 1 year at least. Because of him, I completed at least last 1 year, I completed 3 cantos actually, first canto, second canto, fourth canto. So thank you so much, Pavaneshwar Prabhu, for giving me so much opportunity and being always keep me under your guidance. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So, as I mentioned, so this topic was included in 3 topics, 3 personalities, and 1 personality Prabhuji spoke, and other personalities he touched. I think Mataji will spend more time on Prachetas. If she also prepared for other 3, so she can spend more time on Prachetas and Prutu, and then little less time on Dhruva. No problem. Even though it may be repetitive, but not a problem. So one nice thing. So Prabhuji covered the important aspects. Why we develop gratitude upon someone? Because when somebody helps us at a crucial time, definitely we develop gratitude to such personality. So that is natural, nothing surprising. And in the case of Dhruva, in the case of Prutu, definitely their expression of gratitude is not unusual. It is quite usual. We should be grateful to anyone and everyone whoever does any help in our life, in our spiritual practice, spiritual progress. So that we should learn from this particular thing. Okay, fine. Thank you. Next presentation we will be making.
I can make.
Please.
I
Yeah. You asked me to share, na? I am sharing.
actually I can share.
Okay.
Looks like I can share.
Quick. Go ahead. No problem. You are able to share or not? Prabhuji, you can start. I shared the slides. Hare Krishna. We are not able to hear you.
Sorry, Proji. Actually, it is not. I'm not able to do.
No,
Okay.
छोड़ दो. I already started. You should start.
Okay. So my topic. First, I am very grateful to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas who are there to inspire us. So my topic is superior support in crisis. So yes, Prabhuji, can second. So my topic is superior support in crisis, where different. Okay. So crisis. First part I have defined is the crisis of faith. That is the pain in relationships. So where we are going to describe the stories of Dhruva Maharaj and how the Dhruva Maharaj is going through several crises. So next part. Next.
Yes, yes.
So here we see the pastime of Dhruva, where this young Dhruva was insulted by his stepmother, and simultaneously when he was insulted by his stepmother, his father was become silent. So he has also means rejected by his father also, because he can't protest. So this that was the very deep emotional pain, and that was that leads to is sometimes called crisis, identity crisis. He was feeling ki I am the son of the prince, son of this king, whether I am the son of king or not. So there are some identity crisis, because they are totally rejected by his father also and insulted by mother. So there is only one turning point for him, ki who I have to go and take shelter. And they finally he is going to take shelter. There is only one person who has been taking shelter, that is her mother, his mother. So that was the Dhruva turning point for taking shelter of her mother. So in this crisis, he has taken shelter of his mother. And the mother has given instruction. First instruction she has given, you should not wish ill fortune for others. And in this way, her mother has directed Dhruva towards Lord Vishnu. And you can say that this her mother has transformed his pain into purpose. And due to this her mother's faith and compassion, the seed of devotion has implanted in the heart of the Dhruva. And you can see this first prayer guidance which he received through his mother, and by her mother conviction and faith, her mother has channeled his pain into devotion. And in this way, the Dhruva has got first instruction from his life through his mother in the deep crisis. And the second part, because here his mother has channelized the pain into devotion, and the second part is coming when the this Narad Muni has came in the picture. So in the next slide. Hare Krishna. So the next slide.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So the slide is not coming. Okay, okay, now it
Other
is coming.
devotees are able to see.
Achha, this is come.
Yes, yes.
Then following his mother's instruction, he has resolved to seek the God, and due to this a strong determination, he has leaving this mother association and went to the forest with a strong determination. And due to this mother's blessing, because she has also blessed sufficiently, so he went to the for this austerity to find the God. And due to this Lord's inspiration, Narad Muni has come and intervene him. And this sage Narada has intervened and tested Dhruva in a very various way. And one of the best way, he want to pacify Dhruva to go return back to home, because they are telling Gunadikam Urdam Lipset Anukrosham Gunadhamat Maitrim Samanad Anvichenam Na Tapaya Vidvetam. This your stepmother is very senior, means he is elder. You should have respect for her. But Dhruva was so much determined, and their determination here, because he was insulted by his father, his determination was he want to a bigger position than his father, even his grandfather also. So seeing his sincerity and offer guidance to perform bhakti to please Lord. So here because when the Lord has Narad Muni has tested all the way, then he was ready to give offers, means offer to guide him towards the bhakti, and this by bhakti they perform this they perform the bhakti, and then they want to please the Lord. So here the Narad Muni has given so many instruction, and then he has given the way how to achieve the Lord. So in the next slide where we are seeing this this Prabhuji, can you extend next slide? So where this the Dhruva, whatever inspiration got from his mother, he leave home and went to forest, and from the forest Narad Muni intervened, and then Narad Muni has given his blessing and his instruction so that he can perform the bhakti towards Lord Krishna. Next slide. Yes, Prabhuji, I am not able to see this.
You do one thing. You
Not
open
able.
your slides and speak. Accordingly, I'll open the slide here.
Okay. Then this Narad's teaching, and then Lord Dhruva's vision of the, then when this Narad Muni has given, okay, Prabhuji, I can open my slide also. So then Narad, when the Narad teaches, then Dhruva went and performed the severe austerity, and finally Lord Vishnu appeared before Dhruva Maharaj, and in this way Dhruva heart has become purified, and all his material ambition, because he had come with so many ambition, because he wanted to a bigger this kingdom, the bigger than his grandfather. So his material ambition also dissolved and received divine benediction, and then he realized the true ambition. So here what we are seeing this, there are two intervention by the two superiors. One is a mother, another is this Narad Muni, and in this way her mother has channelized his pain toward devotion, and the Narad Muni has channelized his devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in this way, whatever their material ambition, whatever the anguish is there in their heart, everything has become dissolved, and he has attained the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This another story from the same line where emotional crisis happened because pain of separation and sense of responsibility. That was the story with the story of this when his brother Uttam was killed by the Yaksha. So in this Uttam was his brother, and he was the king also. So he's also responsibility. He has to take care of this subject. So when the Uttam was killed, so he has a two way he want to give justify, because he was a brother, he has a blood relation. Second, he was he was his subject because he's a king, so he have to protect the his brother also. So he went because Yaksha has killed Uttam, so Dhruva Maharaj went and he has killed unnecessarily so many Yaksha, and that time the Manu has appeared and he condemned this Dhruva excessive anger, his bodily identification, because he was thinking my brother has killed by the Yaksha, and in this way he is rampantly killing all the innocent and many Yaksha out of only one fault, because his brother was killed by the Yaksha. So then finally Manu was saying ki these are all not fitting for the devotee like you. So he advised him ki you stop fighting, stop enmity, and you first go and purify the Kubera, because he is the brother of the Lord Shiva. If he become very angry, then it is curse upon our dynasty. So immediately Dhruva stopped the fighting, because he has given instruction his grandfather Manu, and immediately stopped the fighting. He left all this anguish towards the Yaksha, and he was pacifying the Kubera, and Kubera was very much happy with his demeanor, because it is very difficult for a person to leave the enmity and surrender and start glorifying his enemy. So the Kubera was very happy, and Kubera was also pacifying Dhruva Maharaj by various philosophical philosophy, because he was thinking his brother was killed by this yaksha, but he was telling not in the destiny of time. Well, in this times have killed everything. And after that, Kubera was become very happy and give benediction. And he asked benediction, and this Dhruva Maharaj asked, he was giving benediction, and Dhruva Maharaj asked benediction, so that he asked, I will always remember Lord, and that was the benediction he has given, so he received. So in this also circumstance, you have seeing this, when there is a crisis in your life, if you are taking the superior support, then it will be pleasing to the others, and in this way there is a we can say there is a flow of mercy comes upon the person, and in this way his devotional life will be increased. And the second story was given uh, Prithu Maharaj. Here there is a crisis in service, because and that is the pain in this leadership. So because Prithu Maharaj was a king, so his role is leadership, but he was performing yajna for the pleasure of the Lord and for the service of the all the their subject, means their kingdom people, because there is no other motive, because he want to please Lord, and he was and by pleasing Lord, what the benediction come upon their the king and all the subject matter, all the praja of this kingdom. So he was the only, that was his only motto. But when we are performing the yajna, then after when we completed the 99 this 100 yajna, he was the Indra was stolen by stolen his horse several times. And finally, when they come to know this Indra was doing this, he was ready to kill this Indra, but the priest has stopped, because he was the yajman for this yajna. So they advised ki I will chant mantra and invite Indra also in the fire sacrifice. But the moment the Brahmanas are invoking the mantra, Lord Brahma advised him, Prithu Maharaj, ki you stop doing this, and it is unnecessary conflict, and because you are very much angry with the Indra. So and he also Lord Brahma also start making him remember ki you are appear here for the a different purpose, and your purpose of incarnation is very different. So you stop fighting, as give up your anger. And immediately after instruction of Lord Brahma, uh, Prithu Maharaj stopped this yajna. So here the very without any second thought, in Prithu Maharaj stopped this yajna, and he has made peace with Indra. And by this way, this even all the demigods are become very happy, even all Brahmanas are very happy, and then blessed Prithu Maharaj profusely. So by this intervention, because once he heard, once he hear the instruction of the Brahma in this crisis, and he immediately follow his instruction, and the instruction it comes with the blessing of the Brahmana and demigod. And once this one day Lord has heard this, see this act of the Prithu Maharaj, the Lord has also come with along with this Indra, and he was very pleased with this their act of Prithu Maharaj. And he has also given so many instruction. And the one of the best part of this pastime is that once, because Prithu Maharaj has personally see the Lord, he was very happy. But when the Lord is very happy, then he sent his representative. And we soon in the next chapter 4.2 we can see that when the Lord become very happy and given blessing, very soon you will be meet with great sages. And very soon the Chatush Maharaj visited his home, and that's so is the humility, and their humility is leads to the perfection, because their humility brings the perfection, and then perfection comes through the devotion. So there, this is the best example when the leader has become some crisis. So when they heard some higher authority, then when they heard this higher authority, then there are various way they can get various benediction. And finally, in this pastime, you will see this Lord appear, and then Lord send his representative like Chatush Kumara to instruct him to perform, to do bhakti, and in this way their life have become perfected. And third story was the crisis of faith.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna
Yes,
Prabhuji. No need to go to the next story. Time up. You just
okay.
conclude. Just give the
Okay.
conclusion.
Yeah. So, Prabhuji, here conclusion is there कि Dhruva has a different crisis happened. One is identity where because his father has rejected. Here there is also he has come with the ambition कि I want to bigger planet like my grandfather. That ambition has also become nullified by the presence of lords. And here their relationship also because Uttam as a brother, he was died in this crisis. Also his grandfather appear, and he has given, and simultaneously he has a responsibility because his brother Uttam is a brother. So for this to the purpose of their means they are perform their means they are fight with this yaksha because of they are showing his responsibility. So in the all these cases there are some crises happened, and in between there are some intervention by the their superior, and if follow their instruction, immediately there are blessing has come upon this Dhruva Maharaj. Like the Prithu Maharaj, because he is a leader, he has a service attitude for the Lord and this all the praja. And in this there are so many crises happened, and when there is a intervention by the superior, he immediately accepted this all this advice. And this advice, when they follow the advice, there is a mercy come upon both as a benediction. And even the Prachini Varsi also, because he has a faith in Vedic Karma Kanda, but due to intervention of the Narad Muni, he become detached from the materialism. So here are the key message. Higher intervention in crisis is essential, because this when there higher intervention comes, then spiritual progress come through this guidance. And by following this saintly guidance, the soul across the oceans of crisis. And since we are following the advice of the superior, then grace follow through this humility to accept the guidance. Because when you follow the instruction, that means we are the person is very humble, that is why we are following the guidance. And when we have humbly follow the guidance, then there is a grace follow upon us. So these are the only by following saintly guidance, the soul crosses the ocean of crisis, and the grace follow through the higher guidance. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. Yeah, devotees can ask some questions.
Hare Krishna. May I ask a question, Prabhu? Prabhuji, this is regarding the superior authorities and following guidance. Now, how to have faith that the superior authorities are unbiased, like in case of Prithu Maharaj and Indra. So, whatever the guidance which is being given is actually meant for one's progress. How to really understand that?
First, Mataji, there's a thing we have to accept the guide authority, because sometimes it happen we generally we have some problem and going to ask them some person when they give advice, and we think okay, and people generally just out of sympathy they also ask advice, but they don't follow. But here the best past of this all the past time, when there is crisis happen, if somebody has come to give advice, they immediately accepted the advice. They have not there are not a second thought up to rejecting this thing. And when we have asked you how to consider his authority, because if you are considering somebody is my spiritual guide, then there is not a second thought to have not follow their guide. Even just like if you are following your Guru Maharaj, you are following Prabhupada, so whatever their instruction coming, without a second thought we have to accept. It might be there is delay in acceptance, but there is no need, there is no way to straight away reject this instruction. We have to accept, but it may take times, not 1 year, 2 year, after 4 year I can accept this thought, but we have to accept. But there is no need to straight outrightly say no to their instruction. I hope I am not confused you, Lord.
No, thank you, Prabhuji.
No problem. Any other devotee? Okay.
Okay, brother.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, for the
Thank
nice
you, brother.
presentation.
Hare
So this is quite natural for anybody. There is always something called as dharma sankat, what to do, what to avoid, etc. Especially When somebody is anticipating something, something else will happen. There is always a question of why like this. So, being our neophyte state, we may not be able to see overall picture. In that condition, we need the guidance of someone who could see overall picture and help us go in right direction. So Bhagavatam gives such kind of examples, which inherently indicates us that we also need to take guidance in crisis situation. So in that way, we have to learn. So Dhruva took the guidance of Suniti, Narada Muni, and Manu, like that. Prutu Maharaj took the guidance of Brahma. Because in the case of Dhruva, in the case of Prutu, in the case of Prachina Barihi also, they have made up their mind, I want to do this. But in that, there are obstacles. Then they have trouble to tackle that. Then some higher personality will come and tell what is good for you, what is not good for you, do this, do this. So when they follow, definitely they see the success. So in that way, we see in this Bhagavatam. But anyway, Mataji question is also valid. There are so many people keep telling so many things, whom to accept. So we need to understand who is really our well-wisher, who is simply making some suggestions, by the way suggestions. So we should be considered, because nowadays in Kali Yuga, because of this modern media, so much propaganda, this, so many things. But ultimately, the spiritual progress should be the main focus. All other things should be peripherals. So keeping that in mind, we need to take guidance and then go ahead. So in that way, this topic inspires us. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, who will be the next presenter?
Prabhuji, may I?
Please, please.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
So Mataji's topic is cultivating tolerance and controlling anger. Personal application for sadhaka based on the examples of Lord Shiva and Prajapati Daksha, the Daksha episode. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Danda pranam vancha kalpadrubhishka prasandubhaya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo. So, regarding this topic, this particular episode, as we have already studied, are the slides visible? The
Yes,
next slide.
yes.
Yes, okay. So, anger, which is like the match versus the forest. Like anger is like a matchstick. It can light a lamp for joy or it can burn the entire forest. So, in this particular episode of Daksha versus Shiva, uh, what we'll be seeing now, many times we say that we lost temper. It is great if we actually lose it. However, it comes back at the worst time, and that is what makes things very complex. So the next slide. So the story goes like Daksha Prajapati, he has been organizing multiple sacrifices, and Lord Shiva, Brahma, and all other demigods, they had come to this particular sacrifice. And as Daksha Prajapati enters, he is so effulgent, such great. Everyone stood up except for Lord Brahma, obviously being his father, and even Lord Shiva didn't get up. And this is what made Daksha Prajapati extremely angry. He felt that being my son-in-law, my subordinate, he has to give respect. He has to give external, physical, as well as he should respect me with sweet words. That is what his expectation was. But he couldn't understand that Lord Shiva is already in a trance where he is already in meditation, where he is meditating on the Supreme Lord. Now, one statement from these purports in this episode, Srila Prabhupada writes that offering respect to individual means offering respect to the presence of Supreme Lord as Paramatma in that person. and not to the material body. Here, Daksha is expecting that Shiva should offer respect to his material body because Daksha is on a material platform. But since Lord Shiva is always in meditation, he's always offering respect to the supreme. Super soul or the Paramatma, he is always offering respect. So, in that sense, he has not disrespected Daksha in any ways. However, since due to the expectations of Daksha, there was a kind of great anger and chaos which was there in the entire sacrificial arena. So, like we observe, he happened to speak. Daksha expressed himself to all the assembled people that all sages, brahmanas, and fire gods, please hear me with attention, for I speak about the manners of gentle persons. I do not speak out of ignorance or envy. Actually, he is envious. In other purport, in the next subsequent chapters, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that Daksha, this particular episode was just a trigger. Actually, Daksha was envious of Lord Shiva. Why? Because Shiva, apparently a very ill appearing person, had no manners, etc., etc., all that he felt. But he's being respected much more than me. That is was what the envy of Daksha Prajapati was. And in spite of this, though when he is my son-in-law, he should be respecting me. And when that didn't happen, that is the time where he started boiling with anger. And then this is how he expressed himself in the next shloka, that Shiva has spoiled the name and fame of the governors of the universe and has polluted the path of the gentle manners because he's shameless and does not know how to act. In this particular shloka, Ayam tu lokapalanam yashobhno nirapatrapaha. Nirapatrapaha is considered to be shameless. This is what Daksha wanted to say. But the other meaning which Srila Prabhupada mentions is the one who is giving shelter to whom nobody else gives shelter. So Lord Shiva is the shelter for the ghostly beings, etc. So whom nobody else wants to give shelter. So, in one sense, it is like a glorification of Lord Shiva, but actually, Daksha wants to defame him or demean the position of Lord Shiva. Further, he states that he has already accepted himself as my subordinate by marrying my daughter in the presence of fire and Brahmanas. He has married my daughter who is equal to Gayatri and has pretended to be just an honest person. So, just for the sake of marrying my daughter, he pretended to be Sadhuvat. This is what Daksha feels because Daksha hasn't willingly given his daughter to Lord Shiva. He would not, because he's a person who is completely materially charged and he wants all that material appearance and everything that is there that would be accepted by a materialistic person. Okay, this is my son-in-law, this kind of person he is. But Lord Shiva is absolutely exactly reverse of what are his expectations. So further he also states that gruhitva mrugasha vakshaha panim markatalochana. So he addresses Lord Shiva as Markatlochana. This to this Markatlochana, a monkey-eyed person, I have given my daughter whose eyes are so sweet, like a deer's cub. So with all kinds of thought process, Daksha wants to somehow or the other put Shiva down, Lord Shiva down. So further during after this cursing of Daksha's curses Lord Shiva, that because of his kind of nature he hasn't offered me any physical respect or kind words, sweet words in respect. So I curse him that he will not be receiving share in any kind of sacrifices. And thereafter there was the episode of cursing and counter cursing amongst the followers of Lord Shiva and Daksha. So, wherein we get another shloka where Gruheshu Kuta Dharmeshu Sakto Gramya Sukhechaya Karma Dhamma Tantra Vitanute Vedavada Vipannadhihi. So this word Gramya Sukhech, this Shabda Gramya Sukhechu, Sukha Ichchaya. So this is very important because Daksha is the person who has this particular aspect. He is compared to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is a Paramahansa, and Daksha is on material platform. Gramya Sukh Ichcha, having the Gramya Sukh Ichcha. So such pretentiously religious householder life in which one is attracted to material happiness and thus also attracted to superficial explanation of Vedas, it robs one of all intelligence and attaches one to fruitive activities as all in all. So only fruitive activities is everything. That is what is the situation of Daksha Prajapati. And because of this, because of that great anger, we very well know in Bhagavad Gita, he has lost the memory, he is bewildered. So, Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat bhavati smriti vibramaha, smriti bhranshat buddhi nasho, buddhi nashat pranashyati. So the entire sacrificial arena was like everyone cursing, counter cursing, and it was chaotic. And we see similar such situations happening everywhere in the world, from our families, from our workplace to the traffic, and everywhere we see such things happening. Very common it must be, any place in on the world to have some two vehicles, some scratch here and there is a huge fight, and people coming up to the point of, almost literally killing each other. So we lose all our control. Such impulsive behavior that is there, and it happens everywhere. Now, what was the stand of Lord Shiva in this situation? When everyone is cursing and counter cursing, obviously Lord Shiva felt bad. But in response, he left that particular place, and so that his followers might follow him, and then the situation might calm down. So he didn't identify. His identity was not tied to the opinion of what Daksha Prajapati would feel. And this gives a very similar parallel to the contemporary example of Sudha Murthy ji, which I just heard few days ago. That such a great personality, when she was on the airport, everyone might have, amongst us might have heard of this. And there were individuals who were considering who you are and why you are coming in the business class. You are not supposed to be here, go to the economy class. And she very peacefully handled that situation. They didn't even know who this lady is. Such a sweet, simple, and humble lady. So basically, the lesson is the character should speak louder than what the temper or external features would actually do. On the same lines, certain texts from Bhagavad Gita, which chapter 5, are very interesting. So I would just like to read the translations. Text 5.18. The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision a learned and a gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater, outcast. And this is how the position of Lord Shiva. Those whose minds are established in sameness and equanimity have already conquered the conditions of birth and death. They are flawless like Brahman, and thus they are already situated in Brahman. A person who neither rejoices upon achieving something pleasant nor laments upon obtaining something unpleasant, who is self intelligent, who is unbewildered, and who knows the science of God, is already situated in transcendence. So, all this is applicable to Lord Shiva. Such a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pleasure, but is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. In this way, the self realized person enjoys unlimited happiness, for he concentrates on the Supreme. So, ye hi sansprashaya bhoga dukha yona evate adyantavanta kaunteya na tu teshu ramate buddha. An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. Further shloka, which I would just like to read the last. Kama krodha bhavam vegam sa yuktaha sa sukhi naraha. Before giving up this present body, if one is able to tolerate the urges of material senses and check the force of desire and anger, he is well situated and is happy in this world. So this is the situation of Lord Shiva. Unfortunately, however, during this episode, the object of affection for both the parties, Prajapati Daksha and Lord Shiva, that is Sati, Mother Sati, she was the one who had to sacrifice herself. And what is it that we can draw from this, the learnings that we can draw from this particular episode in our lives? So we see, am I audible? I'm audible. No?
Yes,
Yes, yes, Mataji.
So we see that the situation of Sati. Uh, just a couple of things that I thought of. The first thing is that in the there was disrespect, apparent disrespect by Lord Shiva towards her father. But she understood the position of Lord Shiva, that he is a Paramhansa and he was in trance and meditating on the Lord. So that is one thing. So such situation where a spouse disrespects a parent, parently figure, could be actually very annoying to any ordinary person. What to speak of if to a person like a Mother Sati, then obviously to any ordinary person and even devotees. So, but the thing is that she communicated with Lord Shiva and she understood the actual reality underneath it. In the second aspect, where now there is a disrespect of Lord Shiva by Father Daksha. So after this particular episode got over, Prajapati Daksha was given a post of the chief progenitors, and so he organized the further, if I'm not mistaken, Brihaspati Sava, another yagya, for which all people were invited, but Lord Shiva and Sati was not invited. And that is the time where Sati wanted to go to that particular yagya, considering that all her sisters and mother's sisters and everyone will be present and will be able to meet everyone. So what is the difficulty? Even if we are not invited, there is no harm in going to one's own parents. So all these things that she communicated. So at that point of time, Lord had already told her, kindly don't go, because you'll feel there is disrespect and you won't be able to tolerate that. And this is what
Mataji,
exactly happened. Uh,
uh,
yes, Prabhuji.
time up, you can conclude.
Okay. So, yes, in this particular situation where there is disrespect, component of disrespect, or because of any reason, there is anger which can come. So, what are the things as a sadhaka that we can do is practice that gap practice, where we can expand the space between the insult and the response, and take complete shelter of the holy name, and the senior authorities whom we can actually have faith and trust upon, and and also recognize that yes, everything does happen with the will of the Lord, and by strengthening our spiritual practices and our dependency on the Bhagavatam, we can help to cleanse our mind and develop more humility, and that will automatically help us understand which path actually we have to follow, whether the path of Daksha or Lord Shiva. So that is about this particular topic of developing tolerance and anger. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji, for the nice presentation. Devotees would like to ask any questions? Any devotees want to ask any questions?
Hare Krishna.
Okay, seems no questions. So this is actually a sensitive topic. Hare Krishna, devotees kindly mute. Okay, this is actually a sensitive topic. So many times under such crucial times, we try to justify what we are doing is actually right. It's normal human behavior. Daksha is right? What I'm doing right. So like that, everyone can think that whatever I'm doing is right. But Srimad Bhagavatam, we understand many years back, His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj spoke in Tirupati, in Tirumala pastime. He made a phrase which is there in the Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada writes in the Krishna book. The greatness of a person has to be estimated by one's ability to tolerate the provoking situations. And here in this pastime, Lord Shiva is that example. As Mataji rightly mentioned in the conclusion slide, that tolerance leads to peacefulness and then eventually spiritual progress, and quick revolt leads to downfall. So same way, so input and response, many times we respond immediately, instantly. So we need to take some pause and respond slowly. That will help us in our day-to-day dealings. That is also one point Mataji mentioned. Thank you very much. So Hare Krishna. So we'll go ahead with the next presenter. Yes, Mataji,
Yes,
Haripriya Mataji, you want to present?
yeah,
You want
I
me,
want to
you want me to
present.
share the slides?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So you speak little less on Dhruva. Quickly you summarize Dhruva and then move on to other personalities. And mainly
Yes,
spend time on Prachitas.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, Prabhuji. So, Hare Krishna devotees. Today's my topic is on gratitude. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So today my topic is on gratitude. Uh, Dhruva Maharaj with Suniti Narad Muni, Prita Maharaj towards four Kumaras, and Prachetas towards Lord Shiva. Prabhuji, next slide. So we will just in a short will understand what actually is gratitude. Gratitude or Kritagnata actually means reciprocating and honoring of those who have helped us in our spiritual and material journey. Krita actually means what is done, the activity. And Gna means to remember. The activity which is done and we are aware of it or acknowledging it. And actually we think gratitude just simply saying thank you, but it is not that. Real gratitude means reciprocating actively, demonstrating appreciation through actions. Prabhuji, the next slide, please. Now we will understand why this gratitude is so important. Actually, it is a virtue without which other devotional virtues cannot exist at all. It is a symptom of humility. And you know, humility and gratefulness go hand in hand. We have heard so many phrases by our Guru Maharaj and all other people. So a grateful person is naturally becomes very respectful to all, humble, and values everyone contribution in his life. And to such a devotee, Krishna loves him dearly. So why we are thinking of the gratitude should be in us? Because this quality of gratitude is present in Krishna. And as his amsas, we need to cultivate this gratitude. Next slide. Next slide, Prabhuji. So what this gratitude does to us? Actually, gratitude makes the mercy of Guru and Krishna accessible. It softens sadhaka's heart and it makes heart fertile to receive the love of Lord. It is not just a social activity. It is a spiritual necessity we have to cultivate. So, next slide, Prabhu. So, I will now explain the different types of gratitude we can do it. But the highest level of gratitude is expressed at spiritual level. So what happens, the extent of our gratitude depends on the extent of the service we have received. You know, if I serve someone and he is happy and he wants to reciprocate with me, then he can do in the some three ways. Physical gratitude. So if I've helped someone, they can help me in repaying back by giving me some medicines or giving me food or water. That's a physical gratitude. Now, emotional. If I have helped some person and I'm down, I'm feeling lonely, and if someone comes, gives me solace, consoles me, guide me. So that's at an emotional gratitude. But now the third one, spiritual gratitude. When someone has brought me close to Krishna and devotees. So why I'm telling this highest level of gratitude is expressed at spiritual level? Because Vaishnava is the only connection to the Lord. Without them, we can't progress in our spiritual lives. So this is us highest. So, and of all of the physical and emotional, these are all on bodily level. Spiritual gratitude is a permanent and is most expressing. Why? Because it culminates to the love of Godhead. So how can we express gratitude? It can be expressed by rendering service or reciprocating with service at the right time, accepting instructions, obedience, having faith or surrender. Now we will just quickly look the next slide, please, of gratitude with Dhruv Maharaj. As Prabhuji has already spoken about it, I will just touch it. So on hearing and seeing her crying son, Suniti advised to take shelter. Instead of encouraging revenge, she directed him towards Lord Vishnu. And in this shloka, she tells, Tameva vatsrashraya britya vatsalam mumukshu birmriga padabhaja padahitam ananya bhave nija dharma bhavite manasya avasthapya bhajasva purusham. She advises him, Oh, Dhruva, please, if you want to get liberation from the cycle and birth and death, always take shelter. So, the next slide, please. Prabhuji, the next slide. So, Dhruva Maharaj, after ruling 36,000 years, Vaikuntha airplane arrived and Dhruva boarded it with gratitude, respect, humility. But he stopped and remembered his mother. Without her instructions, he would not have attained the Lord. She was her Path Pradakshak Guru. So he remembered Dhruva as his spiritual success began from her pure devotional advice. Suniti's talk was his life-changing experience for him. It became a turning point. So, and then we think, okay, because Suniti was Dhruva's mother, her gratitude was okay on bodily platform. But no, actually, this gratitude was not on material or bodily achievements. It was purely spiritual, connecting the soul to its source. So next slide, please. So Dhruva expresses gratitude to Mother Suniti by honoring her guidance. When he came back from the forest after Vishnu's darshan, he acknowledged her wisdom, including he always included her in her success, and he recognized as her true guide and a teacher. Next slide, Prabhu. Next slide. So now I'll go to Prabhuji, next slide. So now gratitude. Gratitude Dhruva's towards Narada Muni. We all know that Dhruva lacked Brahminical humility and was unable to accept the injustice done to him by his stepmother. Narad Muni tested him left to right, and everything he tested. And then, because of his expert guidance, in the virtuous forest of Madhuvan, Dhruva meditated on Lord Vishnu as instructed. And within 6 months, he got darshan of Lord Vishnu. Next slide, please. So next slide. So when he was praying to Lord Vishnu, in this one beautiful shloka, what he meant by association of Lord Narada is explained here. Bhaktim muhu pravahatam tvai me prasango bhuyadananto mahatam amalashayanam yena ajaso balam uru vajasam bhavadim nesha bhavaguna latkaratam panamatta. He says, Dhruva, in this I will not go in deep because Prabhuji has already explained. Dhruva says in these prayers that he realized that only due to Narad Muni's association, he could understand when and how to practice meditation and did his devotional practices by all Dhruva Maharaj, Narad Muni's instructions. So Dhruva getting darshan of Lord Vishnu was possible only of Narad Muni's intervention. Dhruva never forgot Narad Muni's mercy. He accepted his achievements was due only to his guru's guidance. So Dhruva, through his prayers, proved that he is grateful to Narada, as anyone's spiritual advancement is impossible without Guru's mercy. Next slide, please. So actually now Dhruva expressed his gratitude for Narad Muni. How? By his unwavering faith in his instructions. With obedience, practicing the process taught and achieving the goal. And he actually achieved the spiritual transformation from a material desire to a spiritual desire. Next slide, please. So now I'll explain gratitude of Prithu Maharaj towards the four Kumaras. The four Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanananda, Sananta and Sanat Kumar visited King Prithu. What they did when they meet? As usual, they taught King Prithu and his entire kingdom about Bhakti and Jnana. So after hearing the prayers of the Kumaras taught him, Prithu Maharaj was in his prayers. What a wonderful prayer he offered. Yairidrishika bhagavato gatiratmavada ekantato nigamabhi pratipadina tushyanti adbrada karunaika swakritena nityam ko nama tat pratikaroti vinoda patram. How can such person, O Kumaras, who have rendered unlimited service by explaining the path of self-realization in relation to Supreme Personality of Godhead, and whose explanations are given for our enlightenment with complete conviction and Vedic evidence, be repaid, except by folded palms containing water for their satisfaction? Such great personalities can be satisfied only by their own activities, which are distributed amongst human society out of their unlimited mercy. That means he was thanking and praying. Prithu Maharaj expressed his gratitude by humbling praying and thank you for revealing that he has received this bhakti, and great souls are satisfied by distributing this knowledge to all by giving anything else. He was praying, what I can repay you? I can never be able to repay you. You may please by your own compassionate activities, delivering one and all. If I tell you that I can repay you, I will be a joker. We know the patram. That means, however a great soul helps us, we can't repay back any time, any of to the eternity. So Prithu Maharaj, next slide, expressed his gratitude through his humble reception to the Kumaras, acknowledging Kumara's mercy, inquiring how to cross the material existence, and accepting their instructions. Their instructions mainly were detachment, devotion, and self-realization. Next slide, please. Now we are coming to gratitude, which the Prachitas towards Lord Shiva. Actually, Lord Shiva, it's very difficult to a living entity engaged within the material body to have a personal contact with Lord Shiva. Even great sages who meditate and have no attachments and absorbs in meditation can't see him or have personal contact with Lord Shiva. But here, Lord Shiva, why Lord Shiva came to Kumaras and he gave his darshan? Actually, it is only because of the pious nature of Prachetas, and because they accepted the word of his father with heart and soul, who were completely surrendered. So Lord Shiva gave them a personal darshan and instructed them on spiritual perfection. That is devotion to Lord Hari in Rudra Gita. Next slide, please. So after 10,000 years of their meditation, they got darshan of Lord Vishnu. And in one of the prayers, what they asked from Lord Vishnu, we'll see that. Athanangrayastava krititi thayor अंतर्बहिर्स्नान विबुधा पापमाना भूतेष्व अनुक्रोश सुसत्वशीलनम स्यात्संगमो अनुग्रह एष नस्तव. They says, "Oh my dear Lord, your lotus feet are the cause of all auspiciousness, and you are destroyer of all contamination of sin. We therefore beg to your Lordship to bless us with the association of your devotees, who are completely purified by worshipping your lotus feet." So what this Prachetas asked, association of devotees is your real mercy. So the gratefulness what they asked from Shiva is association. So after chanting this Rudra Gita, they attained Vishnu and asked for benediction. And what all benediction? Hearing and association of devotees life after life, pure devotees association, and one more important prayer they told to Lord Shiva, they expressed, तुल्यापम लवेनापि न स्वर्गम न पुरभवम भगवत संगी संगस्य मर्त्यानाम किम utashita. This is, they expressed to Lord Shiva that seeing by moments of Lord Shiva's association, we attained you. And therefore we beg that this association of pure devotees, what we want. So, next slide, please. So Prachetas were grateful to Lord Shiva's merciful guidance, which led them to pure devotion. Grateful for being as their greatest well-wisher, and expressed that Lord Shiva's darshan itself was a perfection for them. They expressed their gratitude through obedience. They faithfully chanted the Rudra Gita. Next slide. Prachetas expressed their gratitude towards Lord Shiva by respect and prostrations on seeing Lord Shiva, surrendered to Lord Shiva, guidance and chanting of Rudra Gita, and finally adopting life of devotion. So I want to express that what is the common theme of gratitude in all these things. The common theme is Vaishnavas in our lives. It is Vaishnavas who connect to Krishna and everything. So we can see that the personality is Dhruva, to whom he is offering Sunita and Narada the gratitude. And for what? Nature of gratitude is for spiritual directions. And a personality like Prithu, to whom 4 Kumaras. And the nature of gratitude was for saintly association. And the third is Prachetas, to whom Lord Shiva, and the nature of gratitude is for devotional instructions. So we see a common theme of gratitude, that's a spiritual gratitude, which is the highest. Prabhuji, last 2 slides now. Great souls, the Vaishnavas, giving up their personal comfort, travel everywhere in order to give fearlessness to the conditioned suffering souls. They enable the jiva to go home back to Godhead. I heard in some class that even if someone in entire life reads Shastras, follow Vedas, does all austerities, gives charity, perform all the pious activities, but what a Vaishnava, a great soul gives, cannot even compare to 1/16 of all these things done. As these great souls award fearlessness to all the living beings. So, Prabhuji, last slide. So the taking point is that spiritual gratitude is the highest. And Srila Prabhupada writes in his purport, the best friend and the benefactor of all people is one who awakens humanity to its original Krishna consciousness. So this is about the gratitude for the Vaishnavas, what we are connected to our Path Pradakshak Guru, to our counselors, to our Guru Maharaj, and to all the Vaishnavas, because this is the highest gratitude we can offer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji, for the nice presentation. Devotees would like to ask any questions?
Mataji, very excellent presentation, very beautifully written. So nice, and hats off to you.
Thank you. Grateful to your appreciation.
Okay. If no one is asking any questions, so thank you, Mataji, for the nice presentation. The topic is also like that. This is very much essential for our spiritual life. Humility and gratitude are the breeding ground for the spiritual growth. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj always says these two are very essential characteristics for all of us. So fourth canto is filled with all such examples. Dhruva Maharaj, Prutu Maharaj, and in between we have Prachina Barihi also. He also was grateful. And then Prachetas. Finally, Vidura also expresses his gratitude to Maitreya Rishi. So in that sense, the whole Bhagavatam is nothing but expression of gratitude. In one sense, Bhakti means expression of our gratitude to Supreme Lord. So thank you very much for presenting with all the examples. So now we'll go ahead with the next presentation. Mataji, okay? Maithili Rani Mataji want to make a presentation? I'll share
Yes,
this.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
So these are our slides. They're in PDF. No problem. Go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah. So Hare Krishna and pranams to all devotees and Prabhuji. My topic is sincerity attracts grace. Also, I would like to say that my name is Maithili Rani Devidasi. So, how sincerity of a devotee attracts grace through the examples of the devotees in the fourth canto. We'll see through first understanding the meaning of the word sincere, which comes from a Latin word sincerus. Sin means one in Latin, and crescere is to grow. That is one growth that is unmixed, pure, and clean. And a similar word for sincerity in Sanskrit is nirvyalikam or avyalikam, that is one that is without any covering or duplicity. And we see these words coming several times in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's not there in the fourth canto, but in many other cantos, we see these terms coming very often that defines or praises the quality of a sincere devotee. So based on the word sincere is it actually as a collective word for several qualities that has been exhibited by the devotees. So the main thing one has to remember is that sincerity is without any duplicity, and that we come to know from the words in the first canto, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharma Yato Bhakti Radhokshaje Ahaituki Apratihata Yayatma Suprasidati. Ahaituki and Apratihata. And how this the sincerity of a devotee is unmotivated and uninterrupted. And we shall see the examples from the devotees of the fourth canto. Next slide, Prabhuji. To begin with, Dhruva Maharaj. So Dhruva Maharaj's sincerity actually arose from the rejection by his father and mocking or by rebuking by his mother, his stepmother Suruchi's harsh words. And we know that it's written in Bhagavatam that Dhruva Maharaj was seething with anger like a snake struck by a stick, and he was calmed, however, by Suniti, his loving mother, who directed Dhruva Maharaj to perform austerities as suggested by the stepmother. So he was very determined to do this penance without any knowledge of how to do it. He just went to the forest, and seeing this sincerity, so the determination is one of the qualities of a sincere devotee, that he is so sincere that he just left for the forest at the age of 5. And this inspired, this was seen by Vishnu, and he inspired Narada Muni to guide Dhruva Maharaj. And Narada Muni, who came as a spiritual master of Dhruva Maharaj, he actually discouraged. Normally, when we seek the shelter of a guru, we always see that we expect some encouragement from a guru. Okay, we are very happy that you have come and taken the shelter. Okay, we will tell you what to do and how to do bhakti and all, and how to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees. But here, Narada was actually discouraging this 5-year-old child. But Narada mentioned so many things. Oh, you're just, Narada also mocked. Oh, you're so, your Kshatriya spirit is so high that you're not able to tolerate such things, and you're so young. You should do some sports and some frivolous activities. And all these things that has happened is just the illusory energy acting because of our past karmas. And this kind of penance is not for a child like you. There are big mystic yogis who are still struggling to get a glimpse of the Lord's lotus feet. So he actually discouraged Dhruva Maharaj to not pursue this kind of austerities. But Dhruva Maharaj, he was not perturbed. He said, Soyam Shamo Bhagavato सुख दुख हतात्मना दर्शितः कृपया पुंसाम दुर्दर्शोस्मात् विदर्शतु यः. He said, my dear Narada ji, for a person whose heart is disturbed by material conditions of happiness and distress, whatever you have explained is certainly very good. But I am covered by ignorance, and this kind of philosophy does not touch my heart. Here, the honesty of the sincere devotee of like Prahalad is coming in picture. That he is very honest to accept and frank to admit that all that you're saying is true, but I cannot take this. And he is further telling Narada Muni that you please show me an honest path to do this or these austerities. He's saying, Jigisho Sadhu Vartmame, 4.8.37, he says, I want to occupy a position more exalted than any yet achieved by my father or my grandfather. If you will oblige, kindly advise me an honest method or an honest way to follow, and I can achieve my goal. He is not asking for any shortcut or any concession for being a small child, or he says, I want to do the proper method. So that is another quality of a sincere devotee, is that he is very honest about, and he is very he accepts his own flaws very graciously. Sometimes when there are conflicts between devotees, we have seen that the devotee becomes very defendant and tries to defend one's actions or why one behaved in such a way. But honesty is to accept that, yes, I did make a mistake, and let me now know what I can do further to improvise myself or my quality. So this was another part of Dhruva Maharaj's sincerity. And then we see how Dhruva Maharaj obediently and diligently followed the instructions of his Guru, Narada Muni. And then we see that after this, after Vishnu graced him, or Narayan graced him, and his first of all, Dhruva Maharaj's determination attracted the grace of Narada Muni, and Dhruva Maharaj's obedience, honesty, and determination all together attracted the grace of Vishnu. and Vishnu granted him all the benedictions even when he did not ask for it. He went with a material benefit to ask for a material benefit, but then when he was touched by the conch, all he could do was ask for the association of pure devotees or for spiritual advancement. He did not ask for it, but still Vishnu granted him his material desire. And this made a sincere devotee like Dhruva repent for what he wanted to ask. Like sincere devotees, sometimes for many years was practicing devotional service and without any problems, they are so repentful that they always think that, oh, I could not before I came into spiritual practice or devotional service, I did this, I did that, I should not have done this. Kind of repentance in a devotee, in a sense, proves the sincerity of a devotee. I would like to quote here the verse. Swarajyam yacchato maudhyan mano me bhikshito bata ishvarat kshina punyena falikaran ivadanaha. Because of my state of complete foolishness, although Lord offered me his personal service, I just wanted material name, fame, and prosperity. My case is just like the poor man when he satisfies a great emperor. He can ask whatever he wants from this great emperor, but out of ignorance, all that he asks for is a few grains of husked rice. So we also see we will see in future how Ajamil also repented for his sinful actions. And so a repentance of a devotee proves the sincerity of the devotee, and this was as exhibited by Dhruva Maharaj. There are many other qualities of a sincere devotees like gratitude and all, which has already been covered. So we move to the next slide, which is Prachina Barhishad. Prabhuji, next slide, please. Narada and Prachina Barishad. Now, Prachina Barishad was very much engaged in fruitive activities, so much so that when he completed one yajna, immediately he was transferring to another yajna. And but Prachina Barishad was also very a nice person. He was not a proud king, but he was very open to learn. So Narada Muni, all that attracted Narada Muni to Prachina Barhishat to shower his grace on Prachina Barhi was only the sincerity of his forefather, that is Dhruva Maharaj. It was not that Prachina Barhi was an immediate descendant of Dhruva Maharaj. Prachina Bari, he appeared much after Dhruva Maharaj, but he said, what is this descendant of my dear disciple Dhruva Maharaj doing this fruitive activities? So let me go and give him transcendental knowledge. So that was Prachina Barishad's qualification. Sometimes we also see in our life when there is an exemplary devotees or a devotee couple, we are very merciful, or we see that devotees are very merciful and they show their love and compassion to their children or to their mothers or the parents, just because of the credit of this because of this credit of the devotees that they have. So the compassion of Narada Muni came because of him being the descendant of Dhruva Maharaj. Prachina Bari was also very open. He actually admitted in the end that my teachers did not teach me this. They taught me something contradictory to what you were teaching. He was only taught about the karma kanda rituals and not about the ultimate goal of life. So he accepted that. And sometimes when in our life, when as devotees, when we start preaching, we come across people who are from a different sampradaya. Like especially with we have seen during our 6-day courses of Bhagavad Gita, discovery of self-discovery, whatever, that we come across people who have their preconceived notions about a particular, and they are closed to learn other things. They just come there to challenge the speaker's talks. But there are others who are open. They are also following a particular sampradaya, but they are open to it, and they are willing to unlearn what they have learned and learn what they are being taught now. So that way I feel, from out of my own experience, I feel Prachina Bharishat was a very open and liberal person. He did not argue with Narada Muni, and he learned first. He heard from Narada Muni. He heard from, okay, let me hear. He's the authority and he is a dear devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So let me hear. So he heard from him. He also asked him all the questions, even when the allegorical story of Puranjan and Puranjani and all was told to him. He was still having some doubts, which he dispelled. So a sincere devotee is also eager to dispel all the doubts and learn and be more curious. And we also see how Prachina Bharishat was also obedient, and he took up devotional service. He left for Kapilashram even when the Prachitas had not returned. So these are some of the qualities of Prachina Barhi, which emphasizes on the sincerity of Prachina Barhi. He was also very grateful. So that is one which is very common. Next slide, Prabhuji. Next we will see the Prachetas. Did I? Narada and Prachetas. No, Prachetas. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Please conclude.
Oh, okay. That's already 15 minutes. Okay. So, okay, we just see how Narada, the Prachetas were also very united and cooperative, which was very much attracted to Vishnu when he says, Varam Virinitvam Bhadram Vo Yuyam Me Nrupanandana. That verse he was saying, he was very attracted by their united and cooperative nature. And we also see that their submissiveness and obedience to their father and their eagerness to please Vishnu was very attractive to Lord Shiva. And for Prithu Maharaj also, Prabhuji, please next slide. Prithu Maharaj was his hospitality and his the way he questioned regarding transcendental knowledge was attractive to Sanat Kumar. And Prithu Maharaj's exemplary behavior of forgiving Indra and obeying Brahma was very much attracted the grace of Vishnu, and the same was attracted the grace of Brahmaji. So that way Prithu Maharaj was very much attracted the grace of Brahma, Vishnu and even Sanat Kumar. And Shiva, he came on his own accord to because of their sincerity to please the Lord. He knew them, and he came on his own to give them the transcendental knowledge or Rudra Gita. So we also have some, Prabhuji, I will end it now. We have some good quotes of Prabhupada on sincerity of a devotee. If someone wants, I can share with them. Thank you for your patient listening, and thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any questions from devotee side?
Very much inspiring, Mataji. Thank you so much.
I wanted to do more on Prithu Maharaj, but somehow it was very beautiful qualities and prayers of Prithu Maharaj. So
no problem. So yeah, we are hearing about Dhruva Maharaj very nicely. So thank you very much for the nice presentation, collecting all the points from various places and quoting relevant shlokas and presenting nicely everything. Yeah, this is true. Rightly, the topic says sincerity attracts grace. So when one is sincere, one is obedient to our seniors, obviously the Lord's grace will follow. In all the examples, like Dhruva followed the instructions of his mother, then Narada came. followed the instructions of Narada, then Lord Vishnu came. So like that, even Prutu followed the instructions of the Brahmanas who produced him from churning the dead body of Vena and asked, requested him to protect the earth. So by the way, while he's doing that, Lord Vishnu appeared and blessed him specially, and then through Lord Vishnu's grace, he also attained the association of 4 Kumaras and perfection. Same way, Prachinabhari, even though unknowingly he was attached to Karmakanda rituals, but he was following the family tradition. He was following the instructions of the Brahmana priests, which brought Narada Muni all the way there and helped him in progress in his spiritual life. And the Prachetas were following the instructions of his father, their father, Duraksha, which attracted the mercy of Lord Shiva. And they followed the instructions of Lord Shiva, which attracted the mercy of Lord Vishnu. And they followed the instructions of Lord Vishnu, which attracted the association of Narada Muni. So in this way, everything is interconnected. So we can very nicely see in this 4th canto how this our sincerity, our obedience towards our authorities will definitely attract the causeless mercy of more advanced Vaishnavas and the Supreme Lord. So very nice topic. Yes, we'll go ahead to the next topic. 2 more devotees are there who want to come first. Madhupati Prabhu or Satyabhama Mataji? Madhupati Prabhu, you are there? Satyabhama Murti Mataji, she is also not seen. Anybody else is ready to present today? Hare Krishna. Okay, seems that they are not there. Both of their names were there for today. I'm not sure whether they have seen or not. So no problem. So today we are done with our presentations and we'll continue on next coming Sunday, same time, starting from 11:15 onwards. So thank you very much for joining and for making wonderful presentations. So today it is like Dhruva. Almost every presenter spoke about Dhruva Maharaj. So today we were hearing a lot about Dhruva Maharaj. Maybe next week we'll hear more about other devotees also, other personalities of the 4th canto. So no problem. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.